What is up, guys? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Crypto Fud. And let's jump right into this. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. I know we just had a great members only stream. Shout out to all the members that just received their airdrops. You guys can hear, I just opened up a nice twisted tea. Oh, so good. You know why? Because my boy Jimmy used to always tell me it's 5 o'clock somewhere, right? Nah, it's almost 1 o'clock here, so we're good. What is up, guys? Welcome, 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 guys. Just giving everybody a few seconds to mingle in. In the meantime, make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe. I know most of you guys already are subscribed, but anybody out there that's not. And let's see here. Here, just getting the link. There we go. I'm posting in the Discord. Is that right now? It is. All right, I'm posting in the Discord. I'm posting in the chat the Discord. Sorry, got like 1,000 things going on right now. Tim said, bro, you dropped me 500. 500 what? Yeah. Let me see. Tim, what's your name on the Discord? Yeah, everybody got 258. He said, I'm just kidding, man. You got me scared, bro. I'm like, what the hell? Either I... Because, listen, bro, it's a pain. Hey, Jasmy, I just sent you a message back, bro. I know you sent me that. I'm going to take care of you as soon as... Right after we're done with the stream, bro. I got you, all right? Kind of, today's a little bit of a hectic day. So, let's just jump right into this. So, I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I know I am a little busy. We got the whole channel going. We got the token going. We got the Discord going. And then on top of that, I have my daughter. Like, Dad, I need to go to my friend's house and this and that. And blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, my gosh. But we're here. So let's just jump right into this as far as what's going on with the market. We're going to look up some DeFi plays. Check out the news. I honestly haven't checked anything out what's going on in the news. But first things first, Bitcoin has been doing great. Last night, we jumped up to 64,500. We're looking good. I was expecting us to jump up towards the 64.9, like I was saying, I believe, on Thursday, as we were bouncing. This is going to be our next spot for some big resistance. It looked like we came just below that spot. And I'm not going to say we got rejected, but you can see we did come down and retrace somewhat. A couple of things that I do want to point out is we're looking at the 2-hour, right? You guys know I use these moving averages religiously. And you can see that the red line is going to be our 200-day SMA moving average. We technically, I'm not going to say we confirmed the bounce, but you can see we do have a beautiful candle that bounced right on that 200. So we might need to come back down and just maybe bounce again or a couple times off this 200 before we start continuing up on this run. But the run looks like it's going to continue, and I think this week we have some big moves ahead of us, honestly. Remember I was saying this, after the FOMC meeting and all that good stuff, I was like, you know what? From here on out, for the next 5-6 weeks, we really have smooth sailings unless something gets thrown in our like a curveball or something like that. But for the most part, macro, economic, as far as looking at any headline news, anything like that, there's really nothing in front of us as of right now. So you can see for Milady, you guys remember I did pick up my bag again back down here. And it's played out pretty well. We've been up, I think we were up from this drop right here about 25 to 30%. So the bottom of this drop from where we're at right now, we're technically up about 28%. Earlier, we were up almost a little bit over 33% on that move. So not a bad move. That's why I always just tell you guys, You know, if you're long term, especially on Milady particularly, you're getting gifted these blessings right here. I look at it as these drops. You know, even if you're not selling off and catching the drops, you know, I really, you know, I did it myself up here. You know, I sold and I picked up. It worked out, but it doesn't always work out like that, right? A lot of times you'll go to sell and this thing will look like it's heading down and then hit a reverse and it starts flying up. And now you're trying to chase it and buying back in higher. So I probably won't make that move again. You know, I'm not going to sit here and keep testing the limits. But it ended up playing in my favor, so I was able to pick it up. But that's why I was just saying, just buy those dips, eat those dips up, and not just for Milady, but for any of the coins or tokens, whatever that you're long term on. Let me jump right into the chat real quick, and then we'll start everything up. So, Owen, Nico, Eller, Khalil, Tim, trying to scare me over here. Rodney, Rosales, no problem, brother. You know I got you. Gina, no problem, girl. You know I got you. Larry, Fax, Jasmy, I already said what's up to you, brother. Jasmy said, everybody hit that like, hit the sub, say thanks to the airdrop, and bye, bye, bye. And bye, bye, bye. Owen said, I didn't catch on the members only live stream. Can I still receive airdrop? Yes, you can, Owen. Owen, do me a favor after this stream. I need you to go back over and watch the members only. I need you to get the code. There's a code you need to send me, all right, in the Discord. So just check out the members only stream after this stream, and it'll guide you to what you need to do to get that airdrop. But yes, I owe you that airdrop. You'll definitely get it if I haven't already sent it off. Facts in short said, did I hear airdrop today? Yes, we sent off the airdrop right before. So if you haven't received it yet, same thing. Facts, go into the members only stream that we just had about 20 minutes ago. And it walks you through as far as what you need to do to send me the code. Fajerio, what's going on? You're never late, bro. Frank, burrito, bro. I'm craving a burrito, dude. I'm honestly hungry as hell right now, dude. B, what's going on? Fajerio said, can you check Call Killer? Yeah, we'll jump right into it, bro. We'll jump right into it. So let's just jump right into it. We'll jump into some DeFi real quick. Let's see what Milady's market cap's looking like nowadays. So we're not doing too bad. We're at 129. We're up. Milady's volumes jumped up 21%. We're a little bit over 10 million. Right now for the day, we're up 8%. So we're not doing bad. Excuse me. We're not doing bad at all. Milady's slowly but surely trying to build back up. And really the whole market's really doing this. If you look at the bubbles, I mean, this pretty much spells out what today and what the last day and a half, 2 days has really been looking like, right? Since we had that retracement, we have seen a nice little bounce. And I was telling you guys this, you know, we're going by, if you listen to a lot of these guys, I'm on YouTube as well. I watch a lot of the YouTubers as well. You know, I want to hear what their perspective is along with, you know, what I already know. And a lot of them are all saying kind of the same thing. I feel like we've all went to a meeting and we're all agreeing that, you know, historically speaking, Bitcoin does what it's been doing, right? It has a sell-off around the halving, right? And it takes, like I've been telling you guys, it can take anywhere from about 4 to 8 weeks for us to kind of rebound. But usually, Bitcoin will rebound, right? If you look at every other 4-year cycle, it has rebounded. It's done exactly what we've gone through, and it starts running up, making all-time highs again. So that's why I've been telling you guys, and that's why, like myself, I've been doubling up and really just eating these dips because I know most likely what we're going to be going into. I say most likely just because, you know, we're living in crazy times. Since 2020, it's like anything can happen, I feel like, right? So, you know, you always got to have that kind of in the back of your mind. But we're going to look and see, you know, what is history played, how's history played out. And it might not be exactly the same, but every 4-year cycle, it's just not a coincidence that it happens almost identical, where we have a sell-off, we kind of chop around for 4, 6, 8 weeks, and then Bitcoin's up making all-time highs again. And then followed by that, altcoin season follows, and we go absolutely insane. And then right after that, DeFi season kicks in. And DeFi, you guys think DeFi is going crazy right now? Like I told you guys, we're going to see DeFi. We're going to see where the money is just, the volume for DeFi goes like astronomical, where there's just like billions and billions of dollars going into DeFi. And DeFi plays, basically any play that starts up just starts running. And that's going to happen for NFK too. Watch. DeFi season is going to kick in, and we're just going to start running like crazy because so much money is going to be overflowing into the DeFi market. So, but yeah, you can see the bubbles for the day. We're all pretty much in the green. For the week, you still have some projects trying to recover, but you have some projects sticking out. Like Helium is up like crazy. Dog with Hats up. PEPE. I always want to call this Starlink. Starnet is up like crazy. Doge up about 12%. AVAX. Optimism, Arweave's been doing really well. Render, Floki, Crow. I mean, you can see Craig where you at. Ondo's up 7.5%. Jupiter. So for the week, and Wormhole doing really well with 27%. So I mean, for the week, you have a lot of big movers that have rebound, but you still have some projects that are still in the red. Sui being one of them. But I think as we continue, we'll probably see this week all these projects jump right back into the green. So everything is looking good. Now, real quick, let me jump in. Donald, what's going on, brother? I know Fajerio said, can you check Call Killer? Let's check it out, bro. It's kind of a, like Call Killer. Why they got to come after Call like that, bro? You know? Why they got to come after Call like that? I mean, so liquidity is relatively low. Market cap is really low. I mean, obviously the project's been out for a few days, so I would say that it's the whole like worried about it being a rug pull particularly. Remember, the definition of a rug pull is when the dev or whoever the creator just pulls all the liquidity out, right? They don't do a sale. They just pull the liquidity out. That's a rug pull particularly, right? So I would roll out most likely a rug pull for this project. It's been out for a few days. Normally, if it's a pull, it's going to happen quick. So it's been out for a few days. We'll kind of roll that out. Doesn't look terrible. Like I said, the numbers, they're relatively small. I'd like to see this start moving up. They had a nice run up. You can see where I just marked this 80 or this 48 level. It's probably going to be a big spot for some support. It looks like if you bought at or under that spot, you should do really well as far as the project. So we'll keep an eye on it. It looks like it's on a nice little run. It's up 32% for right now. So we'll definitely keep an eye on it. But why are they coming after Call like that, bro? Why is it got to be Call Killer? You know what I'm saying? Like, why they got to come after Call like that? We all support Call around here. Speaking of Call, let's bring Call up. I know we were looking at this on the members only stream. So Call has had a nice retracement, but you can see in the last day or two, it has been on its way up. And remember during the stream, I was telling you guys it looked like it briefly broke below the trend line, right? But I was like, most likely it'll do that, and then it'll come right back up, and that's exactly what it's done. You can see Call's not going anywhere. Honestly, it's not going anywhere. If you guys see any big dips for Call, I'm not saying go sell everything up from another project, but I mean, if you guys see dips, it would be a good, possibly good opportunity to stack up on the project. So I mean, it doesn't look bad. Market cap's hanging around that $80-85 million mark for right now. So we'll have to see what happens. I was saying this for Call, but really for Ryoshi as well. You had a lot of people buy the news, buy the rumor, sell the news kind of thing for Call, right? Which is to be expected. Any project's going to have that. Now it's time for them to really continue the momentum, continue to see if they can get added on to other exchanges, and just keep the hype going. Because if the hype dies out, you're going to see a lot of people bored, and they're going to be moving over to whatever's the new hottest thing on the street. And for right now, for today, everything changes, but for today's hottest project for Cronos is going to be probably this mouse and pasta right here. Even though it's down, it's technically up 2,000% in the last 24 hours, and you guys can see this thing has been running. Market cap's only at about 1.5 million. Liquidity is at about $250,000. So I mean, everything looks good there. It was running up. You can see it's slightly, if I put a trend line on from when it started, you can see it slightly broke out of that trend, and now it's kind of going sideways for right now. So I don't know if right now is the best time to be buying in particularly. It might have another bounce. If you are interested in this project, I would keep an eye on, this project will let me find some solid levels that I think would be a good spot to buy or look to buy below if you're interested in this project. So I'm going to grab that area because it looks like it's bounced, and bounced right there. That's going to be at the 21 level. So if this thing breaks below the 21, might not be a bad time to maybe just be adding to your bag, or if you're looking on the sidelines to maybe jump in on the project. Doesn't look terrible, but what I was saying is I brought this project up because you see that it's up like crazy. I can guarantee that people are probably they're repositioning themselves from call and from Ryoshi, some people, and buying in on whatever is the new project that's moving like crazy, right? That's what people seem to do on DeFi. They quickly will bounce and jump over onto other projects. Ryoshi right now, not looking terrible. I mean, it is technically on a downward move. It's been on such a massive run, right? It's been on such a massive run right now. So, I mean, for right now, we were talking about this in the stream. This drop right here, I mean, it looked like someone sold off a lot. But, man, this thing bounced. It dropped all the way below our support level right there, a little bit below, almost pretty much catching that 618. This would have been a good buy-in right there for there. But you can see for Ryoshi, it has broke below the 236 and the 382 for right now. So I would keep an eye on Ryoshi for right now. Technically, even though it looked like it broke out of this trend, like it did even right here, you see how it came right back, and it's basically bouncing off this trend line. Look what it did. It bounced above again, and it looks like it's technically right on the trend line right now. So we'll have to see what happens if this is a pivotal spot where if it needs to bounce here to basically stay bullish. If it does, you're going to fall back into this trend, and you're most likely going to be coming back down towards, the 0.5 or the 618 somewhere on Ryoshi. So just checking the chat real quick. TJ said, Cat Bucks on Solana is running with a tiny market cap. Just boosted their page with the ad, and it's working. Nice. Like I always tell you guys, whenever they run advertisement like we did, it just basically should give you a good feeling if you're invested in the project, because it costs a lot of money to run those ads. Hundreds of dollars an hour to run those ads, right? So they're not going to just be investing money on ads and they don't care about the project. If they're boosting and running ads on the deck screener, the devs care, and they want to see this thing. They want to see the project survive and perspire, right? And we did the same thing for NFK. We're actually right now, we just dropped a few $1,000s on NFK. We're working with a solid team. We'll call it a solid team that do marketing, that run $1 million businesses right now, and some of them are actually affiliated with another project that's $1 million project for crypto, and they're actually taking care of our marketing and building a new website for NFK and a lot of other things coming with it. So we got big things. We dropped some big money. We're trying to get with the big leagues here. So I was telling everybody, I'll just pull up NFK real quick. We just did an airdrop. Honestly, if you guys see, I mapped out a buy zone for NFK right here. You guys can see that anytime anybody bought in this buy zone, every time they bought in, it played out really well for them, right? Sometimes it didn't even drop all the way down to the buy zone and it freaking bounced, right? So you can see we just bounced out of that buy zone. I wouldn't be surprised if we're heading up on another nice big move. So right now, not a bad time to be just dollar cost averaging in or adding to your bag on NFK. So, and this is right here. I'll post this in the chat, the address. If you guys, I mean, I know most of you guys already know where the project is, but I'll post it in the chat. You guys can see, I'll pin this to the top. That's the address. All you have to do is go on to Jupiter or Radium, or go onto the DEX, click into our website. This website's about to get a whole new face, but this is our current website. You can go in here, and they have the links to buy no Fud Koala. It'll take you straight to Jupiter Swap, I believe. And you guys can check out our website and all the roadmaps and everything that we've already accomplished and things that we are going to continue to do as far as moving up. And also, let me pull up real quick the let's see here. Our NFTs that we just dropped last week, we've sold pretty much 400 NFTs off of here. We do have a contest right now. Whoever it's basically going for about another week and a half. Whoever owns the most NFTs, we're doing the top 3. First place gets $100, second place gets $50, and the third place gets $25 as far as NFTs. So I'm gonna post a link on here too as well. Let's see here. Post this link. And if you guys are interested, they're only $5, but you have to buy it with the Solana wallet for the NFTs. And you just basically come right down here and hit mint, and you can mint up to 20 per transaction. And some people are getting some rares where they're worth some big chunks. You know what I'm saying? So you guys, if you're familiar with NFTs, it's all based on, you see how each one's got its own little characteristics, and all of them are slightly different. If not, some of them are crazy different. But some of them amongst all these are rare, meaning that they're basically whatever they have, whatever makes it a rarity. I think some of them, like if they have a gold background or they have a certain hat, whatever the case is, makes them rare. So a legendary is what they would call it. So, bro, this tea is kicking. Hangman, what's going on, brother? He said new subscriber. Welcome, buddy. Welcome to the fam, bro. Welcome to the fam. So let's see here. I know I missed a couple comments real quick. Someone said, Rosala said, can you check Misery and Crow Dragon? Yep, we'll check it out. And we got to cover news as well. We'll come back to Ryoshi. We'll see what's going on there, bro. So Mary's been a hot little project. She kind of looks like, Mary looks kind of like what Ryoshi's is doing right now, right? You see this crazy trend line. It was just running up like crazy. But you know, every project, it's going to run. There's going to be eventually a spot where it's going to hit its head, and there's going to be some retracements. Sometimes these retracements are healthy retracements, and it kind of will give the sellers to be exhausted, and the buyers will basically find a good spot, and it'll start bouncing. Doesn't happen all the time, but that is sometimes a good, healthy thing for a project that's just continuously running like Mystery or Mary. So you can see we ran up, made all-time highs right here at around that 60 mark, and since then we have dropped down. We're around the 40 right now, so we're approaching the 382. We broke the 236, which you guys know I always say when we make highs, whether they're local highs or they're all-time highs, if it can hold that 236, I'm going to stay bullish on the project. It broke the 236. It didn't hold. So you can see we are dropping. Where are we going to come back down to, though? Well, this 382 is a spot you can see that it's bounced multiple times. So I think the 382 is going to be a good spot for some support. It's going to be basically that line in the sand. Is it going to hold? If it does break, then you guys are probably going to be looking at somewhat of a downward movement coming back down towards the 0.5 or the 618 for Mary. So, you know, obviously, if I was involved in this project, let's say I bought in somewhere down here, you're still up. You need to figure out right now, do you need to sell and reposition yourself? Is this a long-term project? Or are you going to ride it and hope for the best and hope that it kind of bounces? Like I said, the 382 is the line in the sand as far as it staying bullish and going on a nice bounce. If it bounces at that 382, you're most likely going to be coming back up. If it can break above the 236, you're going to be retesting these highs and possibly breaking through. So that's a decision you have to decide on your own. And then he said Crow Dragon. Nice. Definitely on a nice run. Dropped a month ago. That's crazy. Definitely on a nice run for sure. Up 200% in the last 24 hours. Hell yeah. The market cap very low, which is a good thing. Liquidity doesn't look terrible, you know, for a Cronos project. If this was on Solana, I would be like, that's, you know, not terrible because the fact that it's been out for a month, right? If the project just dropped like an hour ago, I'd be a little wary. you know. But you know, after the project's been out for a few weeks or a month, you kind of figured they're a legit project, right? So you can see it made some all-time highs right here at the 27. It is still holding, just like I was talking about for Mary. If this thing can hold above the 236, right, stay above this 236, even if it comes and it bounces off the 236 at that 20 mark, it can continue on this run, staying bullish, right? You can see it has gone up, made highs, retraced, made highs, retraced, made high, retraced. Hopefully it can stay on that kind of a stay on that movement right there. And if you look at the trend, because the trend is our friend, you can see that basically bouncing off this 236 will keep it on the trend, and it can continue to move up. If it breaks that 236, that's when you're going to start talking about breaking the trend and coming back down to some of these levels like the 382 or the 0.5 or the 618 for this. So doesn't look terrible at all, though. Hopefully it can hold that 236. Craig, what's going on, bro? Ondo was doing all right if you're still holding on to that. Oliver said, why Mary is live at Binance? What do you mean? Why Mary is live at Binance? Is Binance live right now? Binance holding it live? Anonymous said, how much was the airdrop? I'll buy my own. Damn, bro. Damn, bro. We sent off, what was it? It was like a little bit over 250 million per member. 250 million in FK. So that was, but that was the second airdrop that we did. The first airdrop we sent off, I think the second airdrop we sent off 700 million, if I'm not mistaken, per member. But the first airdrop, it played out really well because if you held on, like I said, we hit all-time highs like a couple weeks later. Any of those airdrops were up 3x, 4x on the charts. So it did really well. Anonymous, so let me ask you this, so you were a member, you're not a member anymore. So what's going on? You said, I'm not being mean, I just didn't have a difficult time. What are you saying? I don't know what you're saying. Oh, yeah. So Anonymous, unfortunately, I don't. That's YouTube. If I could listen, I was even looking today because there's people that are working, helping me out with my Discord and all the Telegram and stuff like that. And I was like, listen, I'll get you a membership. I can't even freaking give out memberships. YouTube has stopped us giving out memberships for free. So unfortunately, I don't know what, and people are telling me they're having issues with their not their gift cards, with their debit cards buying in on the membership. Unfortunately, that's YouTube. Like, I don't have any power to accept any kind of different currencies. If it was up to me, trust me, I'd have you guys buy NFK, and then I would get you the membership. I would do that, but they won't allow it, so it's not me. I'm sorry. Hangman, I'll drop the Discord right now, brother. Oh, and I see your message, brother. Right when I get Oh, in fact, I see you too. Right when we get off the stream, I will send you guys your airdrops. Let me see here. I just dropped the new link for the Discord. Those links, they expire, so I have to keep updating them. What's going on, Oliver? So let's see here. Let's look at a couple things while you guys are getting all that sorted out. So Bitcoin's price prediction as BTC is back above 60,000 before the weekend. Bullish week incoming. And remember, that's what I was saying. I was like, this week, this week seems to be like we're going to be having a good week ahead of us. Like I said, it takes some time after the halving, but it's going to happen out of nowhere. We're just going to start running. I'm telling you guys, we're going to start running. So make sure you got all your ducks in a row, because you're sitting here waiting, thinking, oh, we're probably going to head down, which possibly could, right? There could be some more pain ahead of us, but the way the charts are looking right now, you guys know when Bitcoin starts doing this, we usually start running, right? We're breaking levels. Next level is going to be that 64.9. Telling you guys, once we break above the 64.9, which you guys can see, it's been a spot since the last few weeks that we've been hitting our head on. Once we break that 64.9, the biggest spot that I'm saying that we're gonna, right when we break it, we're on our way, is gonna be the next spot, that 66.4, 66.5 area, where we've pretty much consolidated or hit our head on. Remember, look right back here. This was support, right? We hit our head on that same level. Right when we break this level, look right here in this scenario. We hit our head, came back, broke it, found some support, boom. We break above 69, we're back up to 70,000. I'm telling you guys, we're going to be doing that same thing. Right when we break this 64.9, we're going to be creeping up towards this 66.4. The 66.4, right when we break that, that's what I'm telling you guys, we're running right back up to 70K. And it's going to be fast. It's going to be fast. So, let's see here. Did I pin that? I did. So, let's see here. So, Bitcoin's price shows a robust ascent, now trading at approximately 63,200, with recent highs at 64,400. This activity is part of a wider trend that has seen the global cryptocurrency market cap increase to about 2.36 trillion, up over 7% in the last day. The uptick is influenced by the Federal Reserve's decision, as indicated by Chair Jerome Powell, to halt further interest rates increases, a policy move that often favors investments like Bitcoin by enhancing their appeal. Their surge is also supported by significant inflows into Bitcoin's ETFs and successful launch of similar products in Hong Kong. Remember, we've been covering that Hong Kong since the news dropped. We've been covering Hong Kong, right? So the combination of these factors indicates a possible increase in the price of Bitcoin. And you know what? I've been telling you guys the same thing. I really do think that, these next couple weeks, hopefully we've already started, but I'm telling you, these next few weeks, I think we're going to start running, and we're going to be breaking up above 70,000. And obviously, alts are going to be going with it. So, and this just gives you a chart of the inflows versus outflows. Really, this is just the inflows of, these are per million. BlackRock, 13 million. Fidelity, 100 million. ARK, 28. Bitwise, 34. Let's see if there's any other ones. Those are pretty much the big ones. Galaxy looks like, like 33. So, but the total inflows for this past week has been around 400 million inflows into Bitcoin, totaling around a little bit over 6,000 Bitcoins have been bought via ETFs. And this is just for the States. They're not even showing us when Hong Kong dropped. When Hong Kong dropped, they had their first day, it was 150, I think somewhere around there, $150 million in inflows to buy in on the Hong Kong's approved ETF for Bitcoin. So, and I think that's just going to continue to move and just be a great catalyst for Bitcoin and the whole market. So, Craig said he's got Ondo for the long run. Nice. Anonymous, just like I said, I'm so sorry. It's not me. It really isn't not me. If I could, I would. Like I said, I would accept crypto all day. But it's not even. You guys know it's YouTube. We're just using their platform, so they're custodial, ownership of all the funds coming in. So, and you're not the only person that's having issues as far as trying to pay for the membership. So, but don't worry. Listen, Anonymous, you got my word. If you can figure it out in the next week or two, I'll honor the airdrop that just passed. All right, I will honor it. So just see if there's something. Maybe you got to Google it or something, and maybe there's some little something that you have to do. So you can use whatever your payments that you're trying to use. Lazy said, I didn't get the airdrop because you weren't in there, bro. You didn't send me the code. You know I got you, brother. Just send me a message on Discord. You know I got you, bro. Demon said, what is your prediction in Milady for this year in deleting zeros? Well, let's speak hypothetically, right? Let's just say we're bullish. We're bullish. You know, Bitcoin's running back up 70. Bitcoin breaks all-time highs in the next few months. You know, 80. Let's say Bitcoin runs up $85,000, $90,000, right? Which is, you know, that's a pretty conservative prediction for Bitcoin. Let's say it's towards the end of this year. Bitcoin's running. Alts go into effect as far as altcoin season. For this year, with that timeline, I could see us easily eating up a zero. Now, that doesn't mean that's where we're stopping, but I could see us easily eating up a zero by this year. So, I mean, you take it how you want it, but eating up a zero, that would be, from where we're at right now, that would be a solid, like, probably 10x from where we're at right now. Don't quote me on the math, but I'm just speaking, you know, eating up a zero is probably like a good 10x, if not more, from where we're at right now. So, it's really the timeline is really what's going to differ, right? It's all depending on when Bitcoin's going to really get back up and running, making new all-time highs, and when is altcoin season really going to kick in. You guys, I've been saying this for the last few months. I said I wouldn't be surprised altcoin season starts towards the end of this year is what I'm predicting. So, yeah, make sure you guys jump and hit those likes. We got like 40 people here. Let's hit those likes. Bro, this tea is kicking. It's fire. I'm not a big tea guy. I'm not a big tea guy whatsoever, but this tea is not too bad. Let's see what CoinDesk, because CoinDesk is usually pretty bearish, right? Let's see what they're saying. So Bitcoin hits 62K as crypto bounce. Correction likely over, but expect a slow grind higher. So they can't even, like, this is them being as bullish as they can. They're like, it's over, but just expect a slow grind higher, right? So Bitcoin jumped nearly 5% following a soft U.S. job data. The dovish Fed meeting results means the U.S. dollar surge likely topped, helping cryptocurrencies. So cryptocurrencies bounce on Friday, led by Bitcoin's BTC gain, sparking hope that the worst of the drawdown might be over. Bitcoin surged almost 5% to briefly above 62,000 during the U.S. morning hours, following a cooler than expected U.S. April jobs report that eased concerns about higher interest rates. And let me explain this real quick. So how it works right now, right? So you would think that we want the economy, you want to get the economy built up, right? You want stronger jobs being created. You want more jobs being created, right, for the economy. Well, technically, unfortunately, the times that we're in with Bitcoin and a lot of these risk-on assets that follow what the feds are saying and doing, we want less jobs to be created, right? We want actually unemployment to, and I feel terrible saying this, right? But we want unemployment to actually continue to rise. It's been slowly but surely rising. We want it to rise. Why? Because if the economy is slowing down and going to a halt, and actually is starting to come down, that means that what the feds have done is working as far as interest rates being high, right? You have less people working, right? You have less people working, less jobs being created, right? Which still equals less people working, which means the demand on goods is going to go down because there's less money out there flowing around. Their number one goal to increase interest rates is to stop the demand of everything, right? Stop the demand on everything and bring inflation down. Inflation climbed and climbs because there's too much money out there. There's supply and demand, right? When there's too much money out there and everybody has a massive amount of money, the cost of goods goes up high because now people are competing with each other. Housing market, absolutely crazy. Down here in Florida, insane. Houses that were $250,000 5 years ago are selling for $600,000. right now I'm in the process of buying a home, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, just looking, you can put a price range, right? Well, what's $300,000 getting you? I'm not even lying to you guys. $300,000 is in rough areas. I'm talking about you don't even have a garage, right? You're in like bad areas where these houses were once worth $50,000 or $60,000. They're now selling for $200,000, $300,000. Like it's absolutely insane. It's not natural, like the amount of how much houses are worth. In Florida, it's a little different though. We had a big influx of people that were leaving high densely populated areas like New York, California, coming down to Florida. But it leads to what I was saying, higher demand, right? We have a lot of people moving into Florida, buying houses, right? The demand's gone up. That's why we haven't seen any of a cool off down here on our housing market versus some other places across the country have gone down 10, 15% in their housing markets because the demand's not necessarily as high as some of these areas like Florida. I think Arizona's another one that's relatively high. A lot of people like to move there. Vegas, believe it or not, Nevada is having a big influx of people moving from California over to Vegas because it's like literally just a hop, skip away. But there's no state tax. The housing markets are still relatively, less than, versus California and stuff like that. So, and we bring up this stuff because you got to know about all these economic stuffs. It really, it does go into play when you're investing, with Bitcoin and pretty much anything around in life, right? So the rally happened as the U.S. economy added 175,000 jobs in April, less than the analyst consensus of 245,000. So it became, the forecast was 245,000. It came in a lot less hotter than they expected, which was a good thing. The previous month was 315,000. So you can see the job creations has gone down almost half. You can see almost 50% has gone down. So that's good. That is good, honestly. And I'm not saying like it stinks. Obviously you want the economy to get, picked back up as well. But unfortunately, we need this for our investments to go up. So, and plus another thing too was that a lot of these job creations are people taking on second jobs, believe it or not, because it's so expensive to live out there right now, right? So people are taking on second jobs, bringing in second incomes. That's what a lot of those job creations actually are, believe it or not. So Bitcoin's correction since mid-March coincided with mounting concerns of Federal Reserve policymakers adopting a more hawkish stance in the face of a sticky inflation in recent months, with some traders even dismissing chances of any rate cut this year. That helped the U.S. dollar index to its highest level since November, often a bearish signal for risk assets like crypto. In addition to the soft jobs data, Coinbase analysis David and the other David took note of this week's FOMC meeting at which policymakers indicated no interest in cutting rates but did taper the pace of the central bank balance sheet runoff, often referred to quantitative tightening QT campaign as a dovish sign. And we covered all this on the past week whenever all this was coming out. So, not going to keep repeating ourselves, but, you throw in all that stuff that we just basically, all that gibber and jabber that we just said, and it actually spells out that we could be, and this is the reason why you're seeing slightly a bounce in the market. And, right now, we had a nice bounce as of yesterday, right? You can see right now we are slightly cooling off, but it's mostly because it's the weekend, right? We normally don't see a lot of volume in the weekend, and you can see for the 24-hour volume, it's down 15% for today. So weekends, it's just like that. A lot of our volume now is going to be because of the ETFs during the weekday. So during the weekday trading is when you're going to see a lot of our volume. So if we're going to start having a good week, obviously it's going to start off Monday morning coming up at 9:30 or around 9:30. Sometimes it's pre-market, as we start the week off. So we'll see how it plays out, but it looks good, honestly, in my eyes. So Owen said, if Milady 10X's, is that a good exit plan? I won't sell on 10x yet. So if you look at Milady right now, Milady's market cap is at around 127 million. If we 10x, that's going to be a 1.2, almost a 1.3 billion dollar market cap. I wouldn't say that's a bad exit plan, right? I mean, what are your goals, right? And what do you think long term? What's going to happen for Milady? I honestly think, me personally, I'm still sticking to it. You guys know I've been saying this before Milady even started pumping, that we're probably going to see, I think, around a $2 to $10 billion market cap for Milady when it's all said and done. So I will be watching. You know, we break that $1 billion mark. I will be watching, because the $1 billion mark is going to be a big spot mentally. You know, when we hit that, to where we'll probably see somewhat of a cool off when we hit that $1 billion mark, depending on how strong the hype is. We might fly right by and just keep going, or we might end up coming up to $1 billion and hitting our head, you know, and needing to retest that spot multiple times. So Pink said, I'm listening to you and watching the Kentucky Derby. Nice. Jasmy said, sure it ain't tequila? Nah, bro, I would never. Bro, I don't mess with no tequila. Even though Cinco de Mayo's coming up tomorrow, right? Didn't even know. Someone hit me up. They're like, oh, yeah, you're going to be drinking all weekend because it's Cinco de Mayo. I was like, Cinco de Mayo? I'm like, oh, Cinco de Mayo? Even though I'm not Mexican, but I still love Mexican food and all that stuff. I usually would, on my younger years, we'd go out to all the bars, right? Because all the Mexican bars will be freaking packed, you know? So we usually would go out, but I don't do that stuff anymore. I'll be here streaming with you guys on Cinco de Mayo. We'll be here. Maybe we'll have, like, we can toast and have a drink tomorrow. I'll crack open a tea, and you guys can crack over whatever you want, even if it's water. So let's go over a couple things that are pumping today, because Bitcoin and Milady aren't the only things going, right? A couple things that are moving that caught my eye. Myro's back up and running. You guys can see for the day, she's up about 10% for the day. Really, if you look at this, what's crazy is if you look at Myro and you look at like Milady, look at Milady's chart and look at Myro. Same thing. It looks pretty similar, right? Nice little V-shaped recovery. So Myro's not looking bad at all. It looks like it's running up and hitting its head on one of the fib retracements. Up 47%. Nice from that drop. Yeah, so it's coming up and hitting its head on the 618. You can see the 618's been a spot that it's really been struggling to break in the last like week. So if this thing can break this, oh man, just moved my freaking I don't know where that was at. Damn it. That just pissed me off. You guys know, members know, it takes me a little while to find these areas, bro. So I have to like literally critique where these support level and resistance levels are. So if I move one, I'm like, no, to go back and figure out how I got it. But yeah, Myro doesn't look bad at all. I've been keeping my eye on Myro. I didn't buy in. I bought in on another project. So I actually bought Suku. You guys remember? I was telling you guys I sold off on Suku. Suku went running, and I sold off somewhere up here, and actually bought back down right when we bounced off this trend line over here. I bought back in the other day, so not too bad. I'm up like I think 20% on the that buy. We just go from the trend. Yeah, about 18, almost 19%. So nothing too crazy. The reason why I bought in on Suku particularly was that it's traded on Coinbase, but the market cap is so low on this project. Right now, even being up 8%, when I bought in, it was at like $25 million market cap, something like that, somewhere around those areas, like 26. But I mean, it's at $30 million market cap, so low. And like I said, it's traded on Coinbase, which, you know, Coinbase is one of the biggest exchanges, so it has massive exposure. So, excuse me, I bought a nice position back. I actually had a big ass position before, and I sold off at like 25 cents and then bought back in at around 14 cents. So we'll see how that goes. Mike said hit Ondo. Let's jump on this. Ondo, or isn't it Ondo? No, is it Undo? No. Hold on here. Ondo. What's Ondo's market cap? Damn, Ondo's $1 billion? Holy crap. I think I say that every time I pull this up. Oh, Mike said no. Laugh my ass. Hit the undo button. Thought you were talking about Ondo. I know Craig's all on Ondo. Oh, I see what you're saying after I moved it. Yeah. I see what you're saying, bro. I think I moved. It's all right. I'll go back and look and see, but I'm pretty sure I put it back on the spot. But yeah, it just pisses me off when I'm trying to grab the chart and ended up grabbing one of those lines. Like, I'm like, damn it, because I'll grab the line and then move it. I'm like, where the hell? If I do that on my Bitcoin chart, I lose it because you guys know my Bitcoin chart is like freaking have lines everywhere, right? And it takes some time for me to find those lines. If you guys are members, you know what I do when I go into the members, or we've gone over it on members. I have to go back in like 2021 and find these levels, of some of these spots. So it takes time really dissecting the chart. So he said, but Ondo is a great project to look at. Yeah. Well, since we're here looking at Ondo, Craig, you can see you're hitting their head on that the 236. You can see you're basically consolidating, chopping between the 236 and the 382. Just sitting here chopping. Here, I didn't know the freaking market cap was so high. I mean, the chart looks good. It still looks great. Obviously, you had a nice run up. You're going sideways, but you cannot break that 236 for right now for the life of you. So this was a beautiful drop when the whole market dropped right here at the 0.5. Not a bad spot to buy in. Robert, what's going on? Will the deal, what's going on, bro? Buy high. Sorry, I'm just seeing your comment. It says Capone Bear is the one. It's gonna pop. Yeah. Why is Capone Bear gonna drop, bro? Let's see. Let's pull it up. Capone Bear. It's on Cronos. Nice. Oh, that's right. We pulled this chart up a couple times. I mean, it doesn't look bad. Doesn't look bad at all. It's definitely on a nice little run from this drop right here. Definitely doesn't look bad at all. So same thing like I would say for any project, right? You have your trend line still looking great. You made looks like an all-time high. I mean, you can break the trend line briefly as long as you bounce off this 236 at around the 40 and kind of get back up. I think you'll stay bullish. If you break that 236, you're probably going to be coming back down towards the 382 right here, or possibly break it under there. I think the 382 would be the line in the sand to stay bullish. You would be breaking the trend, but doesn't necessarily mean that's a bad thing, right? You're on a nice run. Eventually, you're going to break the trend. It's all about where you're going to find some support, and if you're going to continue to, keep the run going. So, Overcome, what's going on, brother? So, no, dude. Overcome asked, am I still out on Milady? Nah, bro. I think I mentioned this on the stream on Thursday. So remember, I sold off somewhere around the 21 area up here, and I ended up jumping right when we broke down remember I was watching it, and at first was like, if we break below the 17, I was like, I'm going to keep an eye on it, right? Well, we broke below the 17, but I didn't like the way the market was, the whole market. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to wait. And I'm glad I did, because we came down, was tempted to buy around this 15. We broke again, came down to the 14. That's when I started buying back in. I caught the bottom right here, and I pretty much was able to pick up my whole position and save a massive amount of money. I'm actually, it's hindsight, right? You look back and you're like, damn it, you should have done this or you should have done that. I had a lot more dry powder because I saved like 30%. I should have freaking bought a lot more down here. And I ended up grabbing my exact position back, which was, nothing too crazy. I ended up getting back like 10 billion Milady, which was nothing too crazy. At a time, I had, 5-6x of that, right? So I was able to grab a nice bag, but I should have picked up a lot more at those levels, right? Now, I'm not saying that right now is a terrible time to buy in, but, with me grabbing that beautiful dip right there, I'm kind of just waiting to see what we're going to do. I think this week's going to be pretty bullish. If I have to run with the 10 billion that I have right now, I wouldn't be upset, right? I wouldn't be upset at all. But if there's any dips, I'm going to take advantage of it. Now I have a lot more dry powder sitting on the side. That was all from this sell up here that I can, just buy in and eat up some dips as we move. So, but yeah, I definitely am back. I am back in on the position for sure. So, and we got a quote from Lazy. Lazy said, better to be pissed off than pissed on. And he's quoting R. Kelly. Okay, so Overcome said, I hear that, dude. I went from 50 billion now to 10 billion. Want more? Yeah, I understand, bro. I think a lot of us did. A lot of us, especially people that were in for the long or from a long time ago that were up like crazy, took advantage. And I did, dude. I ain't gonna lie. I took advantage. And I don't remember where I necessarily sold my big bag. But, I only sold off with anticipation of buying right back in on some of these dips. And that's pretty much what I've started to do, right? Obviously, coming from a big bag that I had to what I have now, even though 10 billion is a solid foundation, I always tell you guys, I don't care what you have. We all have different financial backing and different situations in our life. So if you come in here and you're like, is $1 billion enough? Yeah, I mean, if you tell me, is $1 billion enough? Is that how much, is that how much extra money you have to invest in? I won't ever criticize anyone's bag, right? I'm saying for me personally, coming from having, up there towards 100 billion, now only having around 10, I want more, right? I want more before we really start taking off. So I will eventually, and gradually, get back up to some of those levels, and hopefully I can get them at a solid discount, because I made some good money off of Milady. I ain't gonna lie, I made some good money. So Overcome said he's solid as a rock in Jasmy. Yeah, Jasmy, let's go to Jasmy. Jasmy broke below the 2-cent mark recently, but she looks like she was starting to recover. She's about 1.8, yeah. And she technically, you guys can see, we still have this bull flag in play. We technically still have this bull flag in play. And look where she bounced. I didn't even realize this, guys. And this is what, if you guys want to learn about finding support levels, resistance levels, and how I trade with leverage and all and everything, how to be a better trader, make sure you guys, if you're not already, hit that join button and become a member. This is what we covered last week. And I literally, look where she bounced. We already had it marked probably a month or two ago, this area. And look where she came back and bounced. If you would have had this on your chart, this could have been a good spot that you probably would have bought in or added to your bag and done really well. So, but you can see she bounced beautifully at around that 15.3. And this bull flag still technically is in play right here. One of the only charts that I can pull up right now that has this long-term bull flag that really that's still in play. That's probably going to be the most epic play when we get into the bull run. This thing is going to just freaking take off out of nowhere. So hell yeah, Jasmy looks great, honestly, and I'm so happy whenever I look back at these levels. Whenever I find support levels, resistance, and the charts really respect those lines. Like I'm just like, hell yeah. It confirms that I know what I know somewhat of what I'm doing, right? Robert came up with a big update. He said he bought $60 of Crow last night, and he's now up $1.51 this morning. Nice, bro. Don't be going out and just blowing all your money everywhere, bro. Take it easy. Take it easy. That's a bag right there, bro. RJ said he's got 14 billion call. Nice. Let's go back and see what our DeFi projects are doing right now. So, Mary, remember we were talking about this at the beginning of the stream. I said it could possibly come back and bounce off this 382 right here. That's going to be the line in the sand. It hasn't necessarily hit it yet. It got really close to it. Hasn't hit, so we'll see how this plays out. It broke out of the trend though, for sure. So 382 is going to be the line in the sand. Ryoshi, let's pull up and see. So Ryoshi, you guys can see when we were first looking, she broke out of the trend line, right? She broke right out of the trend line, and she's the same thing. I said Mary and Ryoshi look exactly the same, because if you look, I'm zooming out real quick because you can see the 382. Look where Ryoshi's at, exactly right at the 382 that we've had mapped for a while. She's bouncing right at the 382. She hasn't given me technically confirmation yet. I would say she has, because 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 candles above the 382. What I don't like, this is what I don't like, and I'm not 100% certain to be like, yep, she's about to bounce, is that some of these drops, like this was a dramatic drop, even though it was just a candle wick and it came back and bounced. This was a dramatic drop. The next candle hit its head. The next candle couldn't break. It stayed above, or I mean, it broke above, but it couldn't, right? It didn't bounce exactly on there. So it kind of restarted, because if none of this happened and we just saw these bounces, I was like, yep, this thing's about to bounce. But the fact that you saw it break below, hit its head, it kind of restarted this confirmation. Now I want to see a few candles actually bounce above this 382, which is at the 89 level, giving me confirmation that we're going to see somewhat of a bounce and possibly another round of us moving up. So, and I've said this, and it's still in play. Ryoshi's anticipating, the community at least is anticipating that they could possibly, this could be the next project that gets dropped on crypto.com. So I think with that looming still, right, you're still going to have a lot of buying pressure on top of this selling pressure. You're still going to have buying pressure. So you're going to have people that are watching for dips. They're going to possibly eat up the dips, stuff like that, that are kind of, and those are the people you got to say thank you to right now, because they're keeping this project afloat for right now, staying at some of these solid levels, keeping the gains up right now. So, you know, hopefully they get listed on crypto.com, because right when that news comes out, if and when, you're going to see Ryoshi start flying. But it's not certain right now, right? It's just hearsay. So it's not certain whatsoever. I guess we need to do that for NFK. We need to just start putting in our Discord, oh, we're about to get dropped on Binance. We're about to get dropped on Binance. Watch how fast NFK runs up to $100 million, right? I think that's what Ryoshi's really doing, but you know, I ain't gonna say anything. Sketch, what's going on, bro? Robert just came back with the update. Remember, he was up $1.50. Now he just said, oh no, now I'm down $4.48. RJ said, I doubled my investment, bought at the 57 level, and I'm way up. Wish I would have seen it on Thursday. Damn NFL draft. Andy said, can you please provide insight on Crob coin and buy the dip meme coin? Yeah, I was actually about to jump in on buy the dip. So buy the dip, not doing too bad. I always forget, they didn't get dropped on crypto.com, right? Or did they? I always forget if they did or didn't. There's been friggin' like 5 of them that have all been dropped in the last week on crypto.com, so I keep forgetting which ones have. But this project, I mean, it's killing it. Like, it had a nice move. It obviously had, this right here probably confirms that they probably did get dropped on crypto.com, this crazy move to the run up. But I don't know for a fact. I keep forgetting. I always get corrected in the chat, so you guys let me know. But project doesn't look terrible. You can see right now it is above the 0.5. Couple things with this chart. This thing blasted off from the 618 right here. See how it found support at the 618? Blasted, came right up above the 0.5. Looks like it bounced. It did get dropped on Crypto.com. Okay, thank you, Gina. So it looks like it bounced or jumped up to the 0.5. It bounced. The only thing I'm going to say that's bearish about this is that I don't like this little M pattern that's about to form, right? Hopefully they come back. They bounce off the 0.5, give confirmation that they're going to stay above, and they start running. If this M pattern plays out, they're going to come probably right back down towards the 618 for this. So keep an eye out on this. Which the 618, honestly, the 618 or anything below on this project, probably not a bad spot to dollar cost average in if you're long term on the project. So thank you, Gina. I appreciate that for the quick response. I appreciate that. Where's Justin's usually in here with all our Cronos updates? I don't know where he's at. I'm going to have to hire him. I'm going to have to hire Justin because my boy he's like the Cronos. He's the Cronos news, everything. Everything in the Discord. He posts everything, like any updates you need on anything that's going on. My boy is on all the Discords. He's on all the Twitter pages. Anything you need to know about Cronos or any projects, Justin's going to give you the updates. So he's usually here. I don't know where he's at today. He's slacking. Ain't no days off, Justin, when you're watching this, buddy. I'm going to talk to you about maybe a possible employment, you know what I'm saying, on your free time. We'll see what's up. What was the other project that you wanted to look at? By Krob. I'm a little disappointed in Krob. You know what I'm saying? Because Krob, couple things with Krob, and I said this the other day for this project, was that I think where they messed up for Krob is they went too fast. Krob dropped, and within a few days they got listed on Crypto.com, right? And you can see this is why same thing like for the buy the dip, there was a big run up, right? The reason why I'm kind of just like I'm disappointed in them because they didn't do it correctly in my eyes. What Call did, they did everything correct. They came out, they built a strong community behind it, right? So they could stay strong, and then eventually got dropped on Crypto.com. Krob drops, not a big community whatsoever because it was only 4 days. They didn't have a chance to really build up a big community. Krob drops, not a big community. They run up all the way up, after their drop on Crypto.com, and look what's happening. You have people, just taking profits and selling off or getting bored with the project, right? And I'm not here to be negative against Krob. I'm just saying you're not seeing this kind of movement on Call, particularly because they have such a big community behind it. So many people want to see the project just continue to build, and they just have a lot of people involved in the project. Krob has 2,000 holders, 2,900 holders. You go over to Call, and they have almost 10,000 holders, and I'm sure it's probably a lot more than 10,000, honestly. So you can look at the two projects and see the difference on what happened on the charts and stuff like that as far as their movement getting dropped on Crypto.com. So unfortunately, Krob, I feel like they didn't start off correctly. Getting listed on Crypto.com was a big achievement. It was, but they didn't have the foundation built right below it. So I feel like that's why you had a lot of people come in and come out, and I was one of those people. I came in right when I got word that they were getting dropped, bought in somewhere around here and wrote it up, and I moved on. I'm not trying to be negative on the project whatsoever, but that's exactly what I did, and I'm sure a lot of other people did the same thing. So what's going on, Flip? If you we had the airdrop in the members only stream, bro. Go back and watch the members only after this stream, and I give you a little tutorial on what you need to do to get the airdrop. All right. Oh, Justin said I'm working. Check the Discord. All right, brother. I'm just checking on you, bro. I'm just checking. like I said, I need you. Well, we're gonna have to get you away from that job, bro. We might have to get you a higher. You might be one of the first employees on the Crypto Fud channel. You know what I'm saying? So you can give us our updates on Cronos. Hey, I'm not even kidding. Maybe something down the road, as we build, we might be able to get you going on something like that, man. We'll see how it goes. Anonymous said, "Can you please look at?" Oh no, not that project. I don't even want to say them words. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, bro. Big opportunity. You never know. Anonymous wants to look at Black Cock. I thought we moved on from all those, but we'll check it out. So let's see here. Anonymous wants to know: is there any hope? Is there any hope? Look at this. We haven't even look how long we haven't looked at this project in so long. Whew. Look at that. Like, there's no point of even doing a fib retracement. So, I mean, the project's still afloat. It still has a over $2 million market cap. What I think is going to happen for this project, mark my words, is watch. It's going to bore everybody out. A lot of people are going to fold, which they already have. But eventually, watch, out of nowhere, it's going to probably see some kind of a run up. I don't know if it's going to be a long-term run, but I would, if you're invested in this project and you can let the money sit there for a little while, I would wait, because it looks like you've pretty much hit a floor at the level that I put right there at the what is that, the 29, somewhere around that 29.30 mark. You've pretty much hit a spot for some support, the bottom. I think possibly if you can wait, you might be able to catch some kind of a swing and maybe jump out of the project with maybe eliminating your losses or reducing your losses, depending on where you bought in on, right? But you can see this project's kind of done this before, where it goes sideways for a while and then you see a crazy run up. It's kind of doing that now, so hopefully you'll see another run up on the project. So Justin said that project lost its pump. Indy said, "Mother effer coin." Y'all are bringing back some old school stuff, right? We haven't looked at this project in a while. Is this going to be on? I don't remember. Is this on Ethereum or Solana? I was looking to see if I had a chart up. Let me know. Is this the mother effer coin? Is that going to be on Solana or Ethereum? I'm gonna wait for your response. In the meantime, Flip said, "Can you look at used cars?" Another project that's haven't really heard of in a while. So you guys can see, I haven't looked at this in a while, but look, we put this support level, and look, it's pretty much been holding this support level for really well. So I don't remember because it's been a while, but I'm sure I said if you were able to catch this support level anywhere, if you're able to catch the support level, it's played out pretty well. And it looks like, again, if you did, you can catch these swings. So I mean, project still has a $7 million market cap, so I mean, it's still a solid project. Excuse me, for DeFi. But it looks like you're kind of going through this spot where you might be having these little swings, but you're just going to be going kind of chopping sideways for right now. If it breaks the 786, then we'll talk about maybe it going on a nice run. But until then, you're probably going to see, even if it has a run, it looks like for now, 786 is going to be that spot where it hits its head, and then holding support somewhere around this 1011 mark right here is where it's at. So Oh shit. Here we go. I'm starting people up on Twisted Tea. Here we go. Alejandro said I just picked up my first Twisted Tea at Walmart. I'm not a big bro. I'm not a tea guy. I'm not, but I've been drinking them. They're not. I'm down here in Florida. It's so freaking hot, so they're like refreshing. If you can get a nice cold one, they're refreshing. You know. So I haven't been drinking a lot of like craft beer. Normally I drink craft beer and stuff like that. I don't drink any liquor. I just drink like craft beer and stuff. Maybe you catch me drinking a mixed drink once in a while. If I'm out and about, with friends and there's, the females are involved, I usually get pressured and like, Crip, take a shot with me. And I'm like, oh man, I can't say no. I'm like, yeah, all right. Maybe if I can do that, throw it over your shoulder kind of thing. No, I usually stay away from liquor just because the next day it's like, I believe it or not, even if I go out drinking, I still want to make it to the gym the next day. And if liquor's involved, it's not happening. So I usually stay around that beer. But like I always tell you guys, if you're going to be drinking, don't be out there trading crypto. You thought I was going to say drive, right? Don't do that either. But be careful drinking and trading. I really do think that's a serious thing. Drinking and trading, you got to be very careful. You really do, because you start drinking and you're like, you know what? F it. I'm going all in on call or something like that. I'm throwing a whole bag at it. I'm going to be a millionaire. Next day you wake up, you threw $1,000 in there and it's like down. It's down to like, it's down like $500 or something. Anonymous said, stop playing. I do my best trade in drinking. Okay. Hey, if that's the secret that you got going on, don't listen to me. I'm just saying from experience, that and waking up in the middle of the night trying to make trades while you're like literally like 90% still sleeping, you gotta be very careful too. Gotta be very careful. Okay, well if that's how you found me, then it's working. You're good. You're doing good. If that's how you found me, then you're doing good. Then continue that up. So let's just do a quick recap. Oh, you learned how to do limit orders? Nice. Hell yeah. So for Milady right now, particularly, you can see we're hitting our head on this level right here, which I knew we were. It's around this 17.8. We've had it mapped up there for a while. You can see we did recently hit it and got rejected. So hopefully we hover around this area for right now up until this week coming up. I do think this week coming is going to be a bullish week. I really do. We'll have to see how it plays out when Monday rolls around. We'll see how it plays, but I do think we don't have anything really in our way for this week, for the next few weeks. So I think Bitcoin can really rebound and possibly get back up towards 70, if not exceed 70,000 in these next few weeks. So with that being said, you're going to see Milady and a lot of these altcoins continue to run too. And something we didn't check, Bitcoin's dominance is at 53.3 right now. So it's technically still up, relatively high for Bitcoin and its dominance. So altcoin season isn't around just yet. We'll know when altcoin season's kicking in when Bitcoin's down in the 40s. So we're not anywhere near that right now. So for right now, we want to see Bitcoin thrive, get back up to those 70,000 plus marks, and you're going to see the rest of the market really reacting positively. And speaking of Bitcoin, we're at around 63,400, 450 to be exact. I'm not expecting much happening this weekend. Obviously, you guys already know this weekend, volume always drops. Nothing too crazy, right? As we move into this week, that's when I think we're going to start seeing, obviously, the volume kick right back up. Are we going up? Are we going down? If I had to flip a coin right now, I'd say we're going up this week. That's just what I believe. So we'll see how it rolls out when Monday comes up. Tomorrow, obviously, we're going to have another stream. We'll check out if you guys have any projects or anything that you guys want to look at. Have them saved and have them ready because we'll definitely check them out. Make sure, Justin, we checked out. Larry said, do you think Milady's will hit $1 billion market cap on this Bitcoin run, or by the end of the year. I think it's gonna break above $1 billion. Is it gonna happen this year? That's the one thing that we really don't know as far as timeline. But I think no matter what, when we're in the thick of the bull run, I think Milady's is gonna fly by $1 billion. I predict 2 to 10 billion for Milady. Is what I think. So we'll see how it plays out. Justin said, "Can you check mouse and pasta?" Yeah, we were looking at it earlier. I said mouse with pasta. It was. Where is it at now? It was literally at the top. That's crazy. I'm just looking at this project. Nada. So mouse with pasta is right here. It was the top trending like literally an hour ago. I can't believe it kind of dropped, but you can see. I mean, it's up 1900%. I don't know why this chart's not loading up. Let's reload the page here. There it is. So what I was saying about mouse with pasta at the beginning of the stream is it broke the trend line, and we put a level. I put a level right here for some support. It broke below it, and look where it hit its head. It broke below it, and look where it literally came up and hit its head on our support level. Now it's resistance. So, you know, I don't know. It's up to you as far as like if you're bullish long term for this project. You know how everybody is on DeFi. They're real finicky. They buy in, make their money, and then they move it on, right? So it was on definitely a good run. We'll have to see if possibly if there's going to be a nice dip to maybe ignite the buyers to come back in. So the next spot for any support, if it's going to move down, we'll map it out real quick, and we'll put these support levels. And what we'll do is we'll come back tomorrow, and we'll check to see if any of these levels hold. So the next spot for some support would be somewhere around the 18 mark. If it breaks that, then you're probably coming back down towards this 12 area. So, but I don't know if the 12 area is a pretty dramatic move towards the downside, but we'll see how it plays out. A lot of projects are rescinding. I mean, Ryoshi's down 25%. Chucky's down 20%. Call's technically down 8%. You know, so a lot of projects are technically retracing. They've been on such a massive run in the last, 2 weeks. So it is to be expected, right? It is to be expected. So, but all right, guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday. If you went and picked up some Mike's Hard Lemonade, if you went and picked up some Twisted Tea, make sure you guys have a toast for me. I appreciate you guys coming in today. Make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe. We'll be back here tomorrow, Sunday, checking out all your favorite projects. If you're able to, join the memberships. If you guys join the memberships today, let me know. You guys will still be eligible for the airdrop that we just had today. All the members did get airdropped NFK. If you guys are interested, check out our project, Fud Koala. You guys can look it up on Solana, Fud Koala, and go ahead and pick it up. Right now, we're in a beautiful buy zone, which played out beautifully every time anyone bought in. So check out the native token for the channel. I thank you guys so much. Oh, yeah, also, Fud Koala, we also have our NFTs dropped. If you need the link for the NFTs, join the Discord if you're not already, and we'll send you the link. We have a contest on the top 3 winners of whoever buys the most NFTs. First place 100, second place 50, third place 25. So definitely get your money back because they're only $5 for per NFT. So all right, guys, have a wonderful Sunday. Seriously, guys, don't drink and drive. You guys be safe out there. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you. I'll see you guys later.